Purim, the most joyful holiday, always brings color to Jewish life, but its story contains a dark side in which the Jews faced extermination at the hands of a villain. I-24 News Culture correspondent Maya Margit goes back to the origins of Purim and compares them with non-Jewish traditions.
Purim, it's one of the most popular Jewish holidays, especially in Israel, where tens of thousands take to the streets each year to celebrate. Here, everyone dresses up in wild, wacky costumes, enjoys the sunshine, and drinks. A lot. In fact, getting drunk is one of the commandments of Purim. Jews observing the holiday are supposed to become inebriated, to the point that they can't tell the difference between two of the holiday's main figures, Haman the Cursed, who wanted to wipe out the Jews, and Mordecai the Blessed, who saved them. Behind every mask is a story, or history to be more accurate. Back in the 15th century, Italian Jews were heavily influenced by the Roman Carnival, which had become popular all across Europe. The Venice Carnival likely inspired Jewish communities to don masks as well. These spring carnivals are also linked to the Christian holiday of Mardi Gras, which occurs before the religious observance of Lent. Mardi Gras, which usually takes place before or around Purim, also includes public masquerading and huge amounts of alcohol. But it's not only Jews and Christians having fun in the spring. Hindus have their very own celebration, the festival of Holi, paint throwing and dancing. Holi is also known as the Festival of Colors. It marks the victory of good over evil and the end of winter. From costumes to drinking to paint throwing and dancing, every culture marks the coming of spring in their own way. All in all, it's a chance to let loose and soak in some rays.
Maya Margit, you're here with us. So in Purim, we get an opportunity to drink a lot, dress up funny, rejoice, drink a lot, have mishloach manot, eat candy, drink a lot. If we ignore for a moment the backdrop of this holiday, it unnecessarily sounds like a Jewish one. When did we start seeing such traditions?
Well, this tradition coming in the spring actually comes from pagan times. In ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, and ancient Rome, people would celebrate the coming of spring by having these huge parties and parades, and everyone would dress up, and it was about getting rid of social norms. So men would dress as women, women would dress as men, and everyone would have a very good time. And the word carnival comes from Latin, and it means goodbye meat. This was because at the end of the winter, they would be almost running out of meat, or the meat would be going bad, so this would be the last time to enjoy yourself, have fun, eat as much meat as you want, and that's the end of the story.
Interesting. And Purim revolves around the story of an attempt to exterminate the Jewish community in ancient Persia. But apparently this holiday touched a nerve with someone who actually carried this mission out in recent history.
Yeah, Purim is a very joyful holiday, so we can't take that away from it, but there's a serious side. There's someone who tries to exterminate the Jews, and in recent history, Adolf Hitler, during the Second World War, banned the celebration of Purim. He didn't allow Jews to listen to the reading of this Megillah, the scroll of Esther, and many Nazi attacks were actually coordinated to coincide with Purim. And before Hitler and the Nazi Germany lost the war to the Allied powers, he said that if the Nazis were defeated, in a speech he said this, if the Nazis are defeated, the Jews could celebrate a second Purim.
Oh, wow. And by the way, the name of the Mein Kampf publisher is Max Amann, which also reminds the name Haman. Thank you, Maya, for this. And a short break now. Right after it, we'll go back to the story of the Jewish holiday Purim and hear about the ancient Persian Empire, its tribes, language, and the history of the connection between the modern-day Iran and the Jewish community.